this moose's throat to bleed him out a little bit. Hold him over onto his back. Braced him using these logs and whatnot. Now he's a bit easier to deal with for me. So this is how I do it when I'm by myself. Anyway, it's a lot easier when there's 2 or 3 of us, but this is it. Next, I'll expose the larynx, clean this area out here as far as detaching tissue, the internal tissues from the side walls. I'll open him up, expose his belly and skin back before I even start to remove his intestines. And yeah, it should take me about half an hour. 40 minutes. Now, as you can see, I've exposed his whole underbelly, and I haven't started taking his intestines out yet, but that's coming next. So what I'll do is I'll open him up and expose all that. I have this esophagus here. Push it right down in through this hole where I can reach up with my other hand and pull. And that'll remove the intestines. There's a little bit of knife work there, removing or cutting through some of the fleshy tissue that separates the intestines from the heart and lungs and whatnot. But anyway, it's coming. This is what the moose looks like on his back, opened up. His esophagus is exposed. His chest cavity is exposed. I've opened him up completely. And now what I've done is I've carefully cut a hole into there, and what I'll do is I'll get my hand in here just like that, rest the knife against there, and with my hand inside I'll use my fingertips to push up against the inside of this belly tissue and run my hand all the way along down to the crotch. That will expose the intestines. So anyway, it's a work in progress and it takes time. So it's always good to carry a nice little piece of rope. I don't know how long that is. It might be 12 feet, 15 feet. Just used a chain knot on it. Store it. What I'll do is I'll tie him off on this side, roll him over a little bit to shift the weight in his intestines to his opposite side. You can see how his intestines are laying to his left side there. So what I want to do is get it laying over to the right side so I can expose that fleshy tissue that separates his diaphragm is what it is. So as you can see, it didn't take much to roll that over just a little bit. I have my rope right here, my special knot tied to a small sapling behind me, and it just holds that in place. It's a very helpful little thing to have, the tiniest piece of rope, and it's like a third and fourth hand, second guy. So I've made that cut on the inside, and I have this secondary little rope. It's a little accessory cord. What I'll do is I'll tie that around the esophagus, run that through the chest cavity, and back to a little sapling at the, you might be able to see it there, right at the crotch of the moose, and I'll be able to pull that right out. I might have to manipulate this rope to give me some mechanical advantage and have some leverage, but it should work out pretty nice. Okay, I got the intestines out. I'll show you. And There's my string. Tiniest little sapling. A whole lot of weight. Has the intestines. And this is the cavity. So there's still a lot of blood in there. That needs to come out. I'm going to cool this moose down as quickly as possible. So right now I'm going to focus my attention right here to the crotch area. That's a moose's testicles and penis. I've left them attached so I can clean out the crotch area much like I did to expose the chest cavity around the esophagus. And then I can pull the remaining of the innards out and drain this moose out, get that blood out of there. Okay, so now I've got this moose field dressed. Now I just have to dismember his body and carry him back to the truck. So I'll quarter him up. I'll take his hind end completely off from his spine and see if I can drag that back half. He's not a huge moose, so I should be able to manhandle that. It'll be a bit tricky getting him into the back of the truck, but I think I shall endeavor to persevere. The words of Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so I removed the hind end from the spine, so I can probably just use one of my ropes and just drag this half of the moose, or bottom half of the moose, back to the truck. I'll drag it in the direction that the hair is lying, so it'll help keep the meat clean as well. It's not very far from the truck, so I'm not going to bother deboning it or taking the skin off. Just well, the skin will help keep the meat clean while I drag it through the bush. So it's I don't know what time it is now, but shut this at 7:15 or so. 7:13, I think I said, and it's 8:30 now. So an hour and 15 minutes to get to this point. So I've gone ahead and taken the brisket off. So that's the chest, or breastplate, if you will, and that'll expose my ribs. Look, so nothing's changed in the head part. This position's still the same. I've just been rolling them back and forth, and now you can see it's fully exposed there. So I'm contemplating whether I'm going to take the one side off with the ribs and drag it out that way, leave the back straps on, or take the arms off and carry the arms out and piece the rest up so they're packable, manageable pieces. Anyway, whatever happens, I have my work cut out for me. Still going strong. It's really nice having the 2 pieces of rope and a knife. So that's all knife work, no saw. So yeah, requires a little bit of knowledge, but you butchers will certainly appreciate the effort that goes into dismembering an animal of this size with a knife. So carry on. Okay, so it's 9:30. I have this moose field dressed and dismembered. Now it's just a matter of packing them out. I'll show you what that done, I decided I would take the arms off, and I'll carry that the ribs out. I've taken off the head and the neck. I'll carry that out as one. Each arm, 1, 2, be a load on my back, and the hind quarters I will drag out as mentioned before. I have a gut pile right there. I'll take out the liver and the heart and all the edible pieces, and yeah, I should be I'm really pleased with the progress, and I'm really happy with the moose. And well, I'm done processing my moose, or field dressing, and packing it up. Time now is 10:40, so that's not bad time. This is what's left. The gut pile and the pelvis and a bit of skin. Everything else is back in the truck except the brisket, which I'll be taking, and the heart that's sitting on the pelvis. So anyway, it's been a successful day. I think my family's going to be very happy. I got some winter food, and once I get this butchered up at home, I will start the fun process of cutting firewood. So, see you later. I'm back at the truck, and there's a moose in the back of the truck. So it took me essentially 3 hours from the time well, 3.5 hours from the time I shot the moose to field dressing it, quartering it, and getting it into the truck. So I think that's a pretty good time for an old fella. Still kicking at 51. Woohoo! So I have my hunting knife, and a steel, my probably 16 feet of rope, and some accessory cord.